folks, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another little video, and boy, that climb out of Tomadan is pretty tough, but I'm sure you'll agree it's worth it for these spectacular views. Any of these little towns in Calderdale, when you climb up the steep valley sides, you just get these amazing panoramas opening up, and great views this afternoon all the way across to Studley Pike on the horizon. And we're heading up today further up this way, right up onto the tops, and then we're going to pick up the Long Causeway, which is a fantastic high level road that makes its way right out of Calderdale over towards Burnley, high above Cliviger. Then we're going to drop down Burnley Way, climb back up to Weir, so maybe the horizon you can see. You probably can't see on the GoPro right in the distance. We'll drop down to Bacup, and then we'll just follow our way all the way back on an older rail trail actually, through Whitworth, back into Rochdale, and then a few miles out the other side for that big cup of tea at the end of the day. So probably about 34 to 36 miles today. Not big distance, but really looking forward to the ride. And I thought as we go around today, I'll just touch you a little bit about losing your cycling motivation. It's you know, something I'm certainly struggling with at the moment, and a few ideas, a few considerations to how you might kind of get it back and get your cycling motivation back to where perhaps you'd like it to be. But yeah, we'll jump back on the bike. A bit more climbing. You can probably see some of the little roads, the little single track roads that we're going to be following, making our way up onto the tops. And man, oh man, there's some great views up there, which I'm really looking forward to sharing with you in this video. So come along for the ride, pun intended, and yeah, let's get back to it. This is a truly formidable climb. I think, I hope, I pray this is the top, well, top of the really steep stuff. My legs are toast. 300 yards, is it, or meters to the left turn, and it's flattening out. Views to die for though. Look at that. Wow. So if you follow the channel for any amount of time, you'll know this is the Bridestones, just up on the left here, and done a few little videos up that way. Some amazing views if you scramble up the boulders up to the trig point. And what we're doing now is just a gentle climb, I think, up to the main kind of high level road, the Long Causeway, and we'll pick that up and then start heading the kind of westerly direction. Hopefully a bit of a tailwind today, and that will take us with some amazing views out of Calderdale and across towards Burnley. So I think when we get onto the Long Causeway, I'll just share with you a few thoughts on cycling motivation, or in my case at the moment, lack thereof. Catch you in a minute. Oh man, what a great payoff after all that climbing. Just be freewheeling, 28 miles an hour, and quiet roads. It's a bit of local traffic, but most people who want to get from A to B around here will be down at the bottom valley floor, down on the trunk roads. So yeah, well worth it to take advantage of these quiet routes. So yeah, just talking about the topic of today's video and lack of motivation. I think for me at the moment, I'm still actually cycling quite a bit, and as you might have seen from the channel, I'm still making the odd video now and again, and I'm very much enjoying the rides and the editing, etc. But I think at this time of year where the weather's really turned for the better, ordinarily I'd be grabbing the road bike, really sort of pushing the mileage and chasing some of those really fast descents in the local area. I'd be grabbing the mountain bike and loading up the bike packing stuff and doing some overnighters, some camping, and I've just had absolutely zero inclination so far this year to do any of that. Oh yeah. And it's a bit weird. It's the first year for a long time where I just don't feel like I've had the motivation to do longer and faster rides or do any kind of overnight camping type trips. And you know, I do have a summer trip coming up, but even that, if I'm being totally honest, I've had a few days recently where I've thought I kind of wish I hadn't booked those tickets. And I know what the problem is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what the issue is. It's I've been really busy on the work front recently, and I've mentioned this in a few other videos that when I get really busy, the cycling time, the me time, kind of goes out the window a little bit. And yeah, there's also a few other bits and pieces going on which I won't bore you with the details, but it kind of puts you in a frame of mind where you think, shall I go for a bike ride, or shall I get the road bike out? Shall I dig out the camping stuff and carve out a little bit of time? And then you just think, you know what, I haven't got the energy reserves, and you know, I kind of can't be arsed. Sounds terrible to say that, but it's the truth. Wind farm here. You might just get to see the far right hand turbines on this wide angle GoPro lens, and the views now are just superb all the way towards well, Pendle Way, into the Dales, Burnley. Quite hazy today, but it's gorgeous all the same. And that amazing payoff for the climbing is just this beautiful freewheeling. So yeah, on the topic of motivation, what am I doing about it? And I think certainly 3 or 4 considerations. There's 3 or 4 things I'm kind of bearing in mind. And the first one is probably pretty obvious, but it's just to give it time. I know the motivation to do the road rides, the fast rides, the bike packing. It'll come back, and how and when, I've no idea, but I'm just trying to not worry about it. You know, it's not a race. Now there might be just here a little snack stop. Okay, nice little refreshment stop and the kettle drum in there. And we're dropping down to Cliviger. Big descent now, and then climbing sharply up the other side onto the horizon you can see dead ahead. About halfway round, and yeah, looking forward to the next big climb, I think. Let's go. So we've just picked up the Lancashire Cycleway, I think it is. It's one of the NCN routes here, and this climbs really sharply up the side of the valley. Starting round about now by the looks of it. And after that lunch, I'm going to use all my gears to get up here. I think one of the other things I try to do when the motivation is flagging is keep my bikes ready to go, ready to just grab and go. So it's trying to put less things in the way of getting out on the bike if and when the motivation does come back. So yesterday, for example, I didn't want to ride any of my bikes, but I thought, you know what, I'll service up my road bike, give it a deep clean, and get it ready for whenever the motivation returns. So I think if I get an inkling over the next few weeks to jump on the road bike, I just need to sustain that idea long enough to get changed into some cycling kit, and I know the bike's good to go, you know, straight out of the shed in my case. Ooh. So shock to the system after sitting down for half an hour. Oh man, I've really got cafe legs. But this is just the quintessential English triple chainring territory. Must be a house just over there. The little microphone on the GoPro probably won't pick it up, but the bird song is amazing. Right, this will look flat on the camera, but trust me, it's not. Need my hand back. It's amazing how quickly you gain height around these parts. That's Burnley, I think, over there, and we're just picking up here the Burnley Road, and we'll continue climbing up this way to Weir. Whew. It's turning into a scorcher of a day. 28 degrees. Whew. Just really unlocks a different route home, I suppose. Doing that climb, it opens up the route down here into Bacup, and then we'll pick up the old Bacup Rochdale line. In a few miles. It's a nice alternative to bombing down the Cliviger Gorge and then picking up the canal back for 10 miles or so. It's coming into Weir here, Weir here, 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 here. Yeah, we talked about you know, giving it time to let the motivation return, and also kind of prepping your bike so you can kind of grab and go when you get that desire to get back on the bikes. I think the other thing for me, it's maybe pertinent considering I'm going to bung this this video on YouTube, on I suppose social media, but I think you can find lots of stuff online that kind of makes you feel bad or not good enough, and that's particularly true in the cycling space, where, you know, YouTube and Instagram and the like are full of epic rides and Everesting and, you know, people doing ridiculous speeds and distances and challenges. And I think, all that being said, it's definitely possible to find, you know, a handful of channels that, you know, maybe do different kinds of riding to what you do, but have a kind of an attitude towards cycling that is quite inspirational. And I think I've managed to kind of curate my list of channels that I subscribe to, and, you know, there's some really great content out there, and I think it's a useful kind of tool to motivate you to get out yourself. And I think that every now and again, you know, I'll get a little bit of feedback on one of my videos that it's given someone an idea to try a route, or, you know, it's given someone a bit of a kick up the arse to get a bike out. And I really love that, and it's I really relate to it as well, because I do exactly the same thing with, you know, some of the channels that I follow and some of the videos that I like to watch. Wow, it's windy, I hope you can hear this. So yeah, my other sort of consideration, I think, would be find things that inspire you, content that inspires you, and you know, grab a coffee and watch it. Oh, how nice is this? This is the Whitworth Rochdale kind of cycle link, away from the cars. Nice and cool as well out of the sun. Yeah, lovely little alternative to bombing down the Valley Road. Oh! Well folks, I think we're about to pop out into civilization again, so probably time to sign off the video. And yeah, I don't know, if the patience doesn't work, and prepping your bike doesn't work, and the seeking inspiration from others doesn't work, well, maybe you can just fake it till you make it, hey, and go out anyway. Maybe actually a little bit like today, to be fair. The motivation will come to you as you're on the bike, and hopefully enjoying the ride. So yeah, thank you so much for following along. If you made it this far in the video, if you're new to the channel, please consider liking and subscribing, all that good stuff. It would be great to have your company on future rides. But just remains to say, stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, and from somewhere, Healydale perhaps, don't really know where I am, to be honest. I bid you farewell and happy cycling. See you out on the roads or the trails for the next one very soon. Bye!